Welcome to Taiwan! So hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we are off to Taiwan. It's around 11:30 in the night. My flight is at 1:10. So we're just waiting for the gate to open and we'll be off. So we are going via Bangkok. So it's Thai Airways this time. This is my first time, so excited for that as well. And excited for Taiwan as well. So let's go. Finally in Taiwan. We have done our basic stuff, which is collecting our SIM card, exchanging currency and all of that. So you have currency exchanges like this from Bank of Taiwan. I think they offer a good price. Along with that, we have several SIM card options. Like there are two most popular ones that I could see were Taiwan Mobile and Chunghwa Telecom. So we chose Taiwan Mobile, and it was around, like, for 7 days it was around 450. Along with that, another fun thing to do at the airport is, so there's something called the Taiwan Lucky Land. So it's basically you pre-register before your arrival to Taiwan and you get a QR code on your mail, which you come here and get it scanned. If you do win the lottery, you get around 12,500 rupees equivalent money in a easy card. So you can use that to spend for food, groceries, etc. in Taipei. So it's really good. We tried our luck, but we didn't get it. But to get to the city, we are using the MRT, which is the Mass Rapid Transit, the train service that runs right through to the main station. So that's where we are headed to now. So we are here and we need to go to Sanchong, after which you go to the main station as well. So kind of a very good connectivity, similar to other developed cities.
To buy your tickets, you can head over to the vending machines, or you can also go to the information center where a person will help you. The fines are incredible in Taiwan. You get fined 25 lakh rupees if you try to stop the train.
We have got off at the Sanchong station. The metro here is like built at least like 10 levels, 10 floors high, and I mean it's crazy the way they have built it. And this is our hotel for the next 4 days. So let's go and check in.
So one unique thing that you find in hotels abroad is basically having a self check-in kiosk. Now this is done to reduce staff costs. So the kiosk has a screen, it has a passport scanner, then obviously you have a card dispenser, the room card dispenser, then you receive a receipt, and also you have a payment terminal. So most East Asian countries don't have a fourth floor. This is something called tetraphobia. So in Chinese, the pronunciation of the number 4 and death are similar, so they consider it as a bad omen. So let me give you a quick room tour. So this cost us around 5,000 rupees per night, and it was pretty good, giving you that 5-star feel. The washrooms were like the Japanese style, and you also had a bathtub within the bathroom. And overall, it looked good, worth the money that we had paid. The room service at our hotel was this robot which operates automatically. After freshening up, it was time to get back to the city. We headed to the metro station right opposite our hotel.
So the first stop of our trip is the Chiang Shek Memorial Hall. So Chiang Shek was like the first president of Taiwan, and this is a memorial hall dedicated to him. And this is like surrounded by a large park with various other museums around this place. So the following videos will have glimpses of this memorial hall along with some history.
This memorial park has been the site of many demonstrations, particularly for democracy, because Taiwan was ruled by a single party until 1990, and that's when there were a lot of student protests within this park that led to the democracy in Taiwan. So each day the flag is hoisted at 6 a.m. in the morning and lowered at 6:10 in the evening. The entrance to the park itself is called Liberty Gate just because of the significance of the square. And this is the statue of Chiang Kai-shek himself. You can see the gates closing just because it's 6 in the evening, and that's when the memorial hall shuts down.
Our next stop is Longshan Temple, which was built in 1738, and the temple is amazing. The kind of lighting, like you feel that Chinese vibe right from here. So actually, this was built by Chinese settlers who had come here in 1738. Up, I headed over to the Shinjuku of Taiwan, which is Ximen walking district. So this is also the main shopping. It's very crowded because today is Sunday. Lots of activities, lots of public performances like this one here. Similar to what we saw in Japan, lots of these lottery system games. Now each of them costs around $100, which is equivalent to 250 rupees. But still, people are playing these games. Alright, so today we are heading to the Chiangshan Peak. So I am a fan of night views or like mountain views or city views kind of a thing. So Chiangshan is like the mountain top here, and right from here you can see the entire Taipei skyline, including the most famous building in that skyline, which is the Taipei 101. So we just got down at the Chiangshan metro station, and so you can see this is exit 2. Exit 2 at the Chiangshan metro station will lead you to this park, and if you walk down this path along that road for a kilometer, you get to the start of the trail. So that's what we're going to do right now. As you can see already, right outside the metro station, you already get glimpses of the entire Taipei skyline, along with the most famous building, which is the Taipei 101. Kind of incredible. Right along the way, you should see the Taipei 101 reflection in that building's glass facade. Okay, so the Taipei 101 is right behind, and we go up that slope right now. So after walking about a kilometer from the Chiangshan metro station, we have finally arrived at the start of the trail. So it'll be around 300 meters and approximately 32 floors equivalent climb. So it's going to take us about 10 minutes. So let's see how long. So this is where the trail starts. So let's get going. So after climbing an equivalent of 32 floors, we're finally at our destination, and as you can see, you will be astonished as much as I am. People keep asking like, why doesn't India excel at Olympics and things like that. Here you can see in a park there are free basketball courts. If you want to practice basketball in India, you obviously have to take a court for rent, which is a costly. People lack that infrastructure, and this kind of like there are lots of public spaces in every city in the world, except cities in India. That's something to think about. one very cool thing about the Taipei metro is like very simple ways to improve the user experience. So if the uh, ticket vendor feels that you are a tourist and he feels that you are finding it difficult to navigate the city, so what he does is simply like marks your starting station, marks all the interchanges that you need to go and what is the final destination. So and hands over this small map to you, and with all the information regarding the entire metro system and all of that, which is very user friendly. It becomes very easy to navigate the entire city. Also helps you identify which are the main junctions along with the attractions that are there. So these are simple ways to passenger experience and something that all cities in India need to follow. Taiwan is the semiconductor hub of the world. That's a well-known fact. So it makes it obvious that we need to go to the electronic market here just to explore what are the different kinds of products that are on offer here. And
You can already see the whole range of brands that are on offer here.
so we are at the Guanghua Digital World Plaza, where you have multiple different from all of the world exhibiting here, having their shops here, having their flagship stores here. As you can see, now this is the gaming lane along with the laptops area. So you can see Acer, Lenovo, PlayStation, Sony, all of these brands in this area. So let's get right into it.
As we headed back, we came across an umbrella rental service at the metro station. Feels affordable, but kind of incredible how much trust they have on their citizens to return back these umbrellas to the station. Here you can see the line discipline at metro stations. For dinner, we tried some Chinese hot pot where you cook your meal yourself. You get these vegetables, you get rice noodles, you get some sauces. We also tried some bubble tea here. Although a lot of it seemed bland, it was a new experience which was actually good. Also tried some dessert which was too bland.
Taiwan is known for its night markets, and today we are at one of those, which is the Shilin Night Market, probably the most famous of it. So today we are going to explore this place.
lemon juice.
Here you can see a live example of those internet posts where you see like area under the flyover being redeveloped as a public space. Here you can see cycle parkings available here along with a hangout spot for people. Something that we should also focus on, trying to merge these together.
So this morning I'm headed to the Beitou trail, located almost at the northernmost point in Taiwan. It takes about around 1.5 hours from the city. Now I'm headed to the railway station. We have a train in the next 20 minutes. I need to take the ticket as well because we can't reserve these local train tickets online. So let's hurry up.
So there are local trains and high-speed trains in Taiwan, and the local trains don't need any reservation, and you can get them at these automatic vending machines. So here's a ticket, and to enter the platforms you will actually need this ticket. You put it into a gate and then the gate opens and then you get to enter these platforms. I'm actually headed to the Ruifang station. Now Ruifang station has a lot of these bus connections to various tourist spots in and around that place. So a couple of these cool kids helped me identify the bus to Jiufen. Now like it costs you around $15 for any bus trip in and around Taipei, which is around like 50 rupees. So it's actually a good deal for long trips.
Now I'm at Jiufen Old Street. This street is like said to be the inspiration for the movie Spirited Away. So the following videos you should see similarities between that movie scenes and the place that is here. So let's go and explore.
After Jiufen Old Street, it was time to head to the Beitou trail as planned. I took the bus to that spot, and yeah, the route was quite scenic, traversing through the mountains. I got off at the Beitou service area bus stand, and it was quite crazy because I was the only person in the entire bus and the only person to get down here. So let's start the hike here.
So we are currently here. We need to get to here. So I'm looking to go this way instead of going this way because Rain started to pick up while I was ascending, and my shoes started slipping, and I didn't want to risk it. And as I'm alone, I thought it would be an even greater risk if something were to happen to me. So I'm heading back right now to the bus station. I'll catch the train to this place called Ruifang. In case I do have time, I might head to Jiufen waterfall from there, or otherwise we're going to head back to Taipei. So let's see how it goes.
So buses in this area are usually infrequent, and it's important to keep a track of the timings on Google Maps or any other application just so that you don't miss a bus. So one thing that you notice in these East Asian countries is like the importance given to discipline and also having systematic procedures for everything. So for example, there was a small fire in a dustbin, and there were like two big fire engines that had come for that effort, which was kind of unnecessary. Alright, on the next day I headed over to this place called Hsinchu. Hsinchu is this place, the technology hub of Taiwan, basically the home of all these semiconductor manufacturing companies. It takes us around 30 minutes to get from Taipei city to Hsinchu using the high-speed train, and it costed me around 500 rupees. So TSMC, the largest semiconductor manufacturing company, has a museum tour which needs to be booked in advance. I'll share the link in the description below, and usually you would need to at least book the tour like 2-3 days in advance, and I felt it was a good tour in terms of what you get to experience, just because most of these companies are secretive, and at least you get a flavor of what they're doing in Hsinchu. So my first thoughts about Hsinchu, now obviously being the technology hub of Taiwan, there were some expectations around that, but when I came there, it felt like there was a war going on in the city, totally abandoned, no activity at the main station and all of that, which was kind of surprising to me. So apart from Taipei main station, all the other cities in Taiwan at least have two different railway stations. So one is for the regional trains and one is for the high-speed trains. So they're located away from each other. So you need to buy a new ticket to get to the main station. So this is where I gotten down, and again abandoned. But when I got to the city center, I didn't feel the technology vibe still hitting me. It was still like any other rural town feels. So maybe if I go further, I should be able to get that flavor. So let's see. As I went in, I saw these huge buildings, apartment complexes, along with a lot of greenery. Still nothing from a technology standpoint. But then as I walked around 2.5 kilometers from the station, that's where I got to see UMC, which is another manufacturing company, semiconductors. And then I finally got to the Morris Chang building, which is the TSMC headquarters. And here is the TSMC Museum of Innovation. So in the museum, you'll get to see why TSMC was born in the first place, why the government was supporting it, basically because they wanted to stand out amongst the other Asian competitors like Korea or Japan, and try to build some special capability for which Taiwan would be known across the world. And that's how TSMC was born. So you'll get to see these founding documents of TSMC, the first presentations that Morris Chang had given to the Taiwanese government, and the kind of differentiation that he wanted to show to the world. So that was interesting. And you can also see some glimpses of the manufacturing line, along with some artifacts that lay out the progress that TSMC has made. And the best part of the museum was this piece of shadow art. You can see metal wires just stuck on the wall, don't make any sense. And then there's a light from the top, and you can see the shadow make this sentence, "Beyond formidable obstacles, a brighter future shines," in Chinese. And that was a strong and powerful message for me. And then it was time to head back to Taipei. There's nothing much to do in Hsinchu apart from this tour. So I think I can spend some time in the evening looking at the Beitou hot springs. So let's get right there using the high-speed train.
So after getting around at the Taipei main station, I took the metro to Beitou. Uh, Getting down at Beitou, you make this walk up the hill. Along the way, you'll see a number of these spring resorts, so you know that your destination is near. So after walking 1.5 kilometers from Shinbeto station, you get to Thermal Valley. So Thermal Valley is an acidic sulfur hot spring, and like temperatures reach around 90 degrees. So let's get there. As you walk through the park, you already see the fumes coming out of this hot spring, and it also smells like rotten egg. So obviously indicating the presence of sulfur there. And there are these sitting areas which are usually hot because of the hot springs that flow beneath that. People do meditations there as well, and around this hot spring there are like walkways for people. You can see the fumes here. So people say you can actually purify your hands with these natural hot springs, and that's something I'm going to try now. On the way back down, you'll come across this hot spring museum. That's something I'm going to explore right now. So inside the museum, you can see all these age-old bathing areas. Different kinds of hot springs that used to exist here: the green, the gray, the brown, all consisting different elements that used to be present in these hot springs. And this is like the main bathing area, built in the Japanese style. So Japan is actually famous for these hot springs, and there's a lot of influence of Japanese on Taiwan because Japan was occupying Taiwan until 1945. So you can see a lot of these Japanese related history in Taiwan. Here you can see the history of Hokutolite, which is a mineral of radium, and it's the only mineral named after a Taiwanese place. And that was the last evening of my trip of Taiwan. Uh, and this is the Shinbeto metro station, and I'm gonna head back to my hotel now. So the line connecting Shinbeto to Beitou station was quite unique, with the livery as well as the rolling stock and all the installations inside the cabins was quite unique and playful. On the way back to India, I had a 5 hours layover at Bangkok, and I thought I could squeeze in a mini trip of Bangkok itself. After landing at the Bangkok airport, I hurried to the immigration center. Then took the train to the city center, and finally arrived in Bangkok. But it was time to check out the most important temples in Bangkok. So I arrived at Rajni Pier here. Then on the terrace of Rajni Pier, you get a good view of the river, and on your right, you get to view the Wat Arun from a distance. As you could see, Wat Arun is on the other side of the river, but on this side of the river, you have this temple called Wat Pho, and on your left, you can see the Grand Palace. So these are two tourist attractions that you can check out. Wat Pho temple is like the oldest temple in Bangkok, and also is the famous site for the reclining Buddha. And from the outside, it looked quite majestic. I didn't get to go inside because I had limited time, but maybe next time I visit Bangkok, I can check this out. And it was time to say goodbye, Bangkok. I spent a good 2 hours strolling around the city. I wish I could spend more, but there's always the next time. Thank you for watching.